This leaked email in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case is the perfect example of, if you're going to take a shot at the king, you best not miss. Now keep in mind, Johnny and his team have been respectful and quiet the whole way through. They haven't engaged with the press tour that Amber's been on. They haven't engaged with the bizarre dialogue. Then all of a sudden, a leaked email is produced. Now, we don't know where it was produced from. However, it is incredibly spicy. And how it found its way to the general public, no one knows. But one has to assume it's got to be a response from Mr. Depp's team to all of the nonsense that's been floating around. And I'm going to read it to you, and it's going to blow your mind. So first things first, this is an email from Adam Waldman to Johnny Depp's legal team, including Mr. Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez. He's interviewed Drew. Now, Drew is the boyfriend of Rocky Pennington, who was the best friend of Amber Heard at the time. Released on November 11th, 2019. Let's see what this man who was close to the action had to say. The subject line is urgent. I have interviewed Drew. Here are the key points from that call. Rocky and Amber's sworn stories that she was summoned by an 8:07 p.m. text to come help her with the berserk Johnny was a lie. Rocky was hiding in Penthouse 5 all along and was certainly in the coat closet by the front door, which explains both the security guard's testimony that she never came past them and was already in the apartment when they entered, and Johnny's that Rocky just came out of nowhere past his right shoulder to go stand with Amber. Super important fact, and I hope he will repeat it. This makes the whole thing a setup and discredits both their testimony. Number 2, Amber was sleeping with Musk all the week after the 21st, obviously not on Franco's night, the 22nd. Number 3, Amber and Musk were into some kinky things together. He didn't elaborate. 4, she did have marks on her. At times he even seemed to suggest she had marks on the night of the 21st, although of course we know this is not true. Do we know if he ever gave a declaration to Amber? I bet he did back then. 5, there was a long gap between Johnny's departure and calling the cops, perhaps an hour or more. He couldn't be precise. During that time, they all sat together in Penthouse 3 on the phone with Samantha Spector, Heard of Ursula, who was guiding them in writing it all down to get their story straight before calling the cops. Now, of course, this statement is inadmissible hearsay. And of course, they'll probably deny that it was leaked. But what a powerful job it does from reshaping the narrative from the person who was the victim to the aggressor. While I question whether there'll be any legal ramifications or consequences, I can tell you that things like this are the nail in the coffin for this ridiculous dialogue that Miss Heard is in fact a victim. And I'll repeat what I've said earlier, that we must believe victims, that should not and cannot use this as a grounds to deny victims their rights, but that Miss Heard is not a victim and that she has set back the entire domestic violence movement respectfully decades.